Welcome into Tiger Talks Wrestling. I am your host, Tony. I am joined today by my co-host, Mr. Awesome, and our very special guest. I host Tony, joined here so far by Mr. Bobby Pinn. Welcome into the show. Not much. We got a lot to cover. Oh, that went full screen there. That's interesting. But which we'll dive into here shortly. We got NXT Stand and Deliver prediction now. Immediately following this, you guys can move over to the other video, which will be for our WrestleMania Night 1 prediction show. We'll do a WrestleMania Night 2 prediction show / WrestleMania Night 1 recap show Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Just for a heads up for anybody watching. Before I dive into that too much, there is, of course, Friday Night SmackDown coming up in a little while, a couple hours here tonight, just under 2 hours. The main match on there, of course, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm interested to see if all the people that they have announced for the match actually end up being in it, because there's 2 people that I don't think will probably end up being in it that they have advertised for being part of it. Those 2 being L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
And the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Oh, because
I mean,
they got
Lashley did have a little bit of a conversation with Elias with the whole thing on Raw where they were talking about the Battle Royal, but I still don't personally think that Lashley will end up being in the Battle Royal. They'll figure out something for him to do, probably on WrestleMania Night 2.
Probably.
But I personally feel like out of the people that are involved in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Bronson Reed probably be the one to pick up the win there. He's the biggest guy pretty much in that match. So we'll see what happens with that. We are going to dive. Eddie might be he's supposed to be joining us at some point. We'll see when he gets in here, when he gets a chance to. I'll get him involved in conversation too when he does. But we're going to go right into our predictions for tomorrow mornings / afternoon. It'll be morning there in LA. It'll be afternoon here, of course, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Prediction show here for NXT Stand and Deliver. That's how I wanted it. There we go. So here we got the first match that we're going to talk about. Oh, wow, that just started all over. There we go. 8-person mixed tag team match here. We got Duke Hudson, Andre Chase, Tyler Bate, and Thea Hale representing Chase U versus the Schism. Of course, Ava, the Rock's daughter. Then you got GYV and Joe Gacy. The Dyad, sorry, not GYV. And they're going to go at it. 8-person mixed tag match where the winning team will take control of Chase University. You laugh.
I laugh because, in my opinion, this match is pointless.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I feel like you'd have to say Chase U is going to win this, but I feel like Duke is going to cost them. Duke's going to turn on them, and the Dyad Schism, whatever the hell you want to call it, is going to win 100%.
Yeah, It's kind of how I'm feeling too. I mean, Duke Hudson's been acting kind of strange the last few weeks on NXT. He's almost, to me, kind of comes off as feeling like a second fiddle kind of to Tyler Bate since Tyler's been involved in the whole storyline. But he seemed kind of off and not happy with how things were going even before Tyler Bate got into the picture with everything that was going on with Thea Hale and this whole situation. So I agree. I feel like he's going to cost Chase U the match here, and Schism will firmly take control of Chase U going forward. Personally, if they wanted to, I feel like they could have bumped this match to the pre-show, but it'd make more sense. But it's one of the 7 matches on Stand and Deliver, which I think 7 matches for Stand and Deliver might be a record, but I'm not positive. Because usually NXT does like 5 or 6 matches for their premium live events. So we're gonna take that off for a second until I get the next part situated. It's gonna be a chaotic match, anyways, with those 8 individuals going at it. What do I have next? That's what I thought. What do we got?
Got a prediction.
The disease says Chase U. Yeah, anybody that comes in that's watching the show, please do give your predictions. And if you want to give reasonings for why you think that teams or person, when we get to singles matches, is going to win, then let us know. I'll pop up the comments on the screen. All right, next match. Here we go. The next match we got in store is the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. Before I get into that too much, the disease had another comment. It's not showing up here for me to show on there. But he says, I was at Vengeance Day. Oh, there it is. And they were so fucking over. They as in Chase U. So I can believe that. That is true. Things have changed. I mean, just seeing the way Schism kind of took control of the university on NXT this past Tuesday, give you a little glimpse of what I feel like's coming in the future.
Oh, for sure.
John, you and I kind of discussed this match a little bit, this tag team match for the women's tag team titles this past week when we did our review show from last week. I feel like nothing's really changed from what we said then. And I mean, what we've seen on NXT, and I knew it was coming because it was pre-taped from a week before. But Fallon and Kiana just are not going to get along in any way, shape, or form in this match. I can't see them doing that. There's no way they're retaining the tag team titles here. This is 100% Alba Fire and Isla Dawn's night to win some gold in NXT.
Let me tell you. So, as much as I want to say that Fallon and James have a shot, there's too much going on in the storyline with Kiana and whatever freaking lumberjack she's with. There's just too much there. It's too much of a distraction. Yeah. There's no way that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn don't win the titles. It's a certainty.
I mean, I don't see any way that Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen are going to be factors in any way, shape, or form in this match. But other than the fact that they might cost them the match in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, yeah, like Jason says, the disease, the whole cheating angle, because that's what you pretty much got here. This is going to culminate in blowing up in the faces of Briggs and Jensen. Yeah, it kind of already has. I mean, it has led to them losing some matches. So, he also mentioned put the belts on the spooky bitches, which it didn't pop up, so I can't put it on there. But they're all going to lose. Well, Briggs and Jensen don't have a match here at NXT Stand and Deliver, but yes.
So they already lost.
Yeah, they lost this past week on NXT. Their chance to be in the triple threat match.
I'd rather have them host it than Pretty Deadly.
Right? Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
We got next year's 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, it cuts it off, so I can't.
It says my name.
Gotcha.
I finally made it to the big time.
Nice.
I can't wear these anymore.
Nope.
They're too green and shit. Oh,
thank you,
I know
for
you
coming
really
in.
kick out of
Appreciate
that.
you. That was pretty cool.
Is this? Did I miss anything because I had trouble getting on?
You missed 2 matches. Well, this is the second match that we're talking about. The first match we were talking about was Schism versus Chase U for the control of Chase University.
I go with Schism because Dawson's gonna turn on him.
Duke Hudson, yeah. We agree. We all agreed on that. So then we got Isla Dawn and Ubba Fire versus Kiana James and Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles.
I'm going with the Crazy Girls.
We all agree there too.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't want a naughty girl as tag team champions?
Right?
Yeah, you can see my sinus is all off this week. Oh,
and Fallon aren't going to be able to. All right. So next,
I'm surprised you, Tony. I'm surprised you didn't put that. You're the next A-lister champion.
There we go. Now to get the more interesting matches, in my opinion, for NXT Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
So we got the Fatal 5-Way match. You got Axiom, who just won the Battle Royal on NXT this past week to get in here, and Ilya Dragunov, JD McDonough, Wesley, of course, the champion, and I was leaving it open for anybody who wanted to take it. Dragon Lee making his in-ring debut. Who do you guys got walking out of this Fatal 5-Way match as a new or current NXT North American champion?
Oh, it's definitely JD McDonough. Bullshit. No, it's Wesley retaining.
Oh.
I'm going to throw a ballpark on it. I think it's Jeremy McDonough. I mean, the reason why I say that is because past couple of matches that he had, that the brass ring match or whatever the hell they call it, he really didn't get a fair shake because they want to do Grayson Waller. But, I mean, I like Wesley, but his matches have been
Fair.
He got put into a bad position when his tag team partner got released. Yep. But if he could pull it out, hey, more power to you. But WrestleMania season, a title has to change somewhere.
So I'm going to semi-agree with Eddie here. Only the fact that I think the title's going to change hands. Not going to agree that JD McDonough is going to be the one to win it, though.
I swear to God, if you say who I think you're going to say.
I'm saying, no, I'm not saying Axiom. I'm not saying Ilya Dragunov either.
On his first
I'm going with Dragon Lee in his first match, winning the NXT North American Championship. They've got big plans from anything I've seen for Dragon Lee in NXT, so I could see him easily giving him the title in his first match. There's a lot of hype
Hey.
about Dragon Lee.
Hey, they did it with Santino Marella.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Well, you thought I was going to go with Ilya, didn't you?
No, I thought you were going to go Axiom.
Oh, did you? No. Yeah. I don't see any way Axiom's going to walk out with the title. I mean, I like Axiom. He's a really good athlete, but I just don't see him as North American champion.
Yeah. I just see him as an A kid.
Right?
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, at least it's not Reggie.
Exactly. Rips, as he's known as these days. All right. Next match. Yeah, triple threat match. You got the family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, versus the Creed brothers versus Gallus for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Want me to take first?
I'll take first. I'm going to be honest because it's my heritage. You know, 1/3 of it, I got to go with the boys that are Italian. You know, I got to go with the guys that are from the family.
Nice. What you got, John?
Okay. As much as I love Gallus having the title belts, I feel like they're losing the titles. And once again, the Creed brothers will be champions.
Oh. Interesting. You know, I have to agree with you on one part there, John. I have enjoyed seeing Gallus as a tag team champions. I mean, the way we've gotten to the 2 title defenses they've had, the bar promos that they've done and the stuff they've done in the bar have been very entertaining. However, I've got to agree with both of you here. I feel like those tag titles are coming off of Gallus here in this match. I don't know why. It almost feels like a transitional title reign, which that the tag team titles in NXT have been kind of hot-shotting quite a bit lately. But I feel like I got to go with Eddie here. I'm going with Tony and Stacks. They've been a red hot duo, so as to speak, and been getting over quite a bit with the crowd. So I feel like they're finally going to get some real momentum going and get some gold around their waists.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Creed brothers. You know,
Me too.
Good tag team. It's just, to me, I think Gallus and the Creed brothers could easily go up to the main roster.
They could.
You know, because how many times are you going to have the Usos or come WrestleMania Sunday, Kevin Owens and Sammy defend the titles against the same people? You got to refresh it after WrestleMania. That's why they call it WrestleMania Monday, not, oh shit, there's gonna be a crappy person coming up that we don't know.
Though there could be, even though we didn't mention it, there could be one way for Gallus to retain here. There is a certain other member of Gallus that we haven't seen on screen in quite some time that could pop up during this match.
I feel like this is how they would do it too.
They could. Joe Coffey could pop up finally and help Gallus retain too, but
his brothers won half of the tag team titles, right? Tag team champions.
Yeah, Mark Coffey's won half the tag team champs with Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Joe Coffey's just been MIA.
I love the name Wolfgang. That is a cool ass name for a wrestler.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. Moving along. Moving to the elite, which I want to do. And spend more time talking about WrestleMania when we get to it. Night 1, anyway. The next match just got confirmed to be a 6-way this past week on NXT. A ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship. Because you have to have a ladder match somewhere on the WrestleMania weekend card.
Yep, it's a Shawn Michaels match.
As Roxanne will defend the NXT Women's Championship against
GG!
Indy Hartwell, Zoe, and Valkyrie. Yeah, Busted Boy in the chat says, "Oh yeah." Either one of you can take it first. Who you guys got winning and becoming or retaining the NXT Women's Championship here?
Johnny, I'm going to give it to you first, and then I'll do it next after you.
Well, you know me. I got to go with the girl. I got to go with Gigi Dolan. New champion.
I love that one. I love Gigi. Feisty thing. If she could be with Darby Allin, I love her the way she is. My pick, and let's bring it back to the Shawn Michaels collapse on Raw. They didn't know if he was going to wrestle at the Royal Rumble, won the Royal Rumble after doing the collapse, what I call the Roxy Shawn moment. He came back, won the Royal Rumble, and Shawn Michaels relived his boyhood dream. Why do I feel like it's a repeat of everything what Shawn did in his career, which it is? I see Roxanne Perez retaining. And then down the road, Gigi will take the title.
Interesting takes. I've got to say this. For me, I feel like Gigi Dolan's not going to win, but it's not going to be because of any of the other competitors in this match. See, Jane's going to make her stop Gigi from winning.
Isn't she injured?
Because, you know, JC's going to have revenge on her. So, yes, JC Jane is out injured right now.
Yeah.
This one is a tough one to pick. I mean, I've always said that Indy Hartwell hasn't been used the way she should recently. She's been getting a lot of losses and stuff. I kind of agree with Busted Boy. She still just needs to get moving up to Raw or SmackDown.
Yes, we need Index.
And the same thing for Zoe Stark.
Not the way. Yeah, Zoe Stark could easily move up. I don't see any reason to give the title to Tiffany Stratton because she's still way too green, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only liable person I feel like they could possibly give the title to is Valkyrie, but I am going to go with Eddie here. I just feel like Roxanne Perez, with the storyline that's going on, is going to be able to overcome the odds and walk out still NXT Women's Champion here.
But eventually she will find her smile.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah. When you said Valkyrie, I swear to God, I just met Tyra Valkyrie. I'm like, nope, she's in AEW.
No. Valkyria, sorry. It's Valkyrie. I missed Smash. We already see scrolling at the bottom. One of the most anticipated matches, I would say, personally. We got Grayson Waller versus Johnny Gargano. Unsanctioned match. 15 months in the making. Bitches. Johnny, you're shaking your head. Why?
I love Gargano. Don't get me wrong, I love him. He's great. But this was too fucking predictable. They tried gaslighting everything. Oh, it's going to be Dragon Lee is going to be the opponent. It's going to be this person return. No, it's Gargano. Wow, the rebel heart has come home to NXT. So you know Gargano's going to win because Waller just sucks.
Point blank period. I like that one.
Yeah. Johnny
Yeah,
Wrestling's gonna win because apparently he's not doing nothing on Raw anyway. So yeah, give him the thing and then wait till everybody else comes up and have him be in the way again. Yeah, it's gonna be Gargano.
But it feels like Waller's gonna win, and then legit just to see if Waller's ready. I disagree with Buster Boy. I gotta agree with you guys. I feel like Johnny's got to get the revenge here. Waller got the advantage.
But we love you, Buster.
Gargano's house. Yes, but I just feel like Johnny's got to pick up the win here and help build his momentum going forward on Monday nights.
I mean, right now, if you look at it, him and his wife. If you look at it right now, him and his wife are at a standstill. You know,
pretty much, yeah. Rumor has it
like,
though they do have.
It's picking up, but it's not like, they're waiting for Ciampa to come back so they could start that reunion and stuff like that.
Yep. That's the plan.
For Gargano for Gargano not to have a match at WrestleMania, it's a shame.
That's why he's got this one.
Yeah, but it's not. It's different. It's different. He needs. Oh, I love him. Oh my God.
Grayson's a Walmart version of Dolph Ziggler.
It's the missing Spirit Squad member.
But at least we can find him at Walmart. Oh man, that just got me.
Whew.
I know, right? That's when he comes up with some good ones occasionally. The NXT and deliver. Main event.
I wonder who Tony's pick.
Carmelo Hayes going up against Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. I'm sure Trick Williams will be in Carmelo's corner, even though they don't show him there. Oh, you already know who I'm picking.
Yeah, I think we already knew that part.
I have shirts for both these guys, but you know who I'm picking, so.
Too bad you can't cut him up and sew him in the middle. Be like, okay, whoever wins, I got both shirts.
Right? Who you guys got?
I've been saying this for many prediction shows. Braun is dropping the title. And for the first time, I'm about to be right on this because Melo don't miss. Melo's finally getting the title he deserves.
Yeah, I got to go with Hayes because I was watching that promo on Tuesday night. Braun Breaker didn't sound like the I'm going to murder you version of what he always does. It was laid back, like I'm going to defend the title and win. He wasn't amped up like he usually is for a match. That he'd be like, all right, I'm going to be wrestling on the next show. The way I look at promos different. When you're in a development, you can see when the guy's still going to be there for a while because the way they talk. The promo that he did, Carmelo Hayes had more anger into it, like he knows he's going to be the champ. Breaker looks like, thanks for the 2 years as world champion, I'm going up to Monday Night Raw. So, Yeah, it's gonna be the A champion winning the belt.
You guys know I agree with that full-heartedly.
Oh yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, like John said, picking up the win, going to be the new NXT champion. Breaker's held it for the better part of the last 2 years. It's time for him to move on. Time for him to be moving up, if you will, to Raw or SmackDown, like the rumor is that he will be doing after WrestleMania. So,
I mean, he did what he could. He did. I mean, he was a great champion. I mean, we can't say that. You know, I mean, he had a good run, but you know, it's time to move him up.
Yep. Buster Boy makes a good point here. He says, I realistically cannot think of anyone else on the NXT roster right now that is a realistic, viable contender and can realistically beat Breaker, which makes sense. I mean, Breaker's gone through pretty much everybody on the NXT roster that you would think would be a viable contender, except for
he even beat
Carmelo
Gunther.
He has during this reign. Which Busted Boy mentions, give us what we want, give it to us now. He wants Gunther versus Braun Breaker again, but
yeah. Well, if it is, I mean, he has to be on SmackDown.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Which might be the better option for him, honestly, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see whenever the draft happens, if it does happen.
That's all the matches for
should be a fun start to our. They got 7 matches for Stand and Deliver. Yes, that's the most for a premium live event for NXT.
I thought it was like what it used to be 5, right?
Picking up. Yeah, it's usually 5 or 6 max, but
yeah.
But do they have every title? Yeah, they got every title on the line. So, and then a couple other matches. That's why it says Braun needs to go on SmackDown. I can see them putting a belt on him right away as soon as he's on SmackDown. I don't know if they do that quick, depending on. But I honestly feel like I've seen somebody say this before, and I really see it happening. We'll dive into it more, but potentially Braun could debut on Raw and maybe win a different title, but we'll get into that more in a little bit. So,
yeah.
Should be a fun Stand and Deliver. They did Shawn Michaels. There you go. Michaels did announce yesterday during the press conference that NXT's next premium live event will be called Battleground, coming up in, I do believe it was May. I can't remember the exact date without looking it up again. But Braun versus Braun, let's go. That would be interesting, John. That would be interesting. So they're bringing back the title of Battleground to NXT this time around. So we'll see what that brings us.
Yeah, thank God
for the live event, and that will also
bring back Halloween Havoc on the main roster.
No, they probably won't. They'll probably keep it in NXT.
Yeah.
Right. So I wonder if there'll be any surprises they'll have in store for Stand and Deliver. Oh, before we move out of this chat and go into the next show, what do you think Pretty Deadly bring to the table as the host of NXT Stand and Deliver tomorrow?
Drop Dead Entertainment because they suck.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, if they both want to dress up as Stardust, they can. I don't.
Maybe.
They're funny, but it's like, did you really need a host for Stand and Deliver?
Fringe one. Not really.
You didn't. The show's already stacked with action. You don't need it. I mean, you could have had Hornswoggle be the host of Stand and Deliver, and it would have been funny.
I mean, they could end up getting put through tables or something again. You never know.
Hell, they could have had Ron Simmons coming out going, damn, and that would have been fun.
Right? Anyway, the main thing is the matches, of course, see how everything turns out and what NXT looks like going forward. Tomorrow's and who will stand and deliver, and who will be going forward as the champions and leaders of NXT as we move on. I'm happy that they're doing this stand and deliver, and of course in LA, that they've got the next show will also be on the road, and they're getting away from doing their premium live events in they're in Orlando now. So that's something good to look at. Something that they got away from for a couple of years that they're finally getting back to, which makes me happy.
Oh, yeah. It'd be nice to see a WWE NXT, and like, I cannot wait for Money in the Bank when it's in the UK.
Yeah, this upcoming July. That'll be fun.
When Butch wins the Money in the Bank briefcase.
By then, he should be Pete Dunne.
He's still going to be a scrappy little Wolverine like he was in that contract signing.
All right. So any last takes on NXT Stand and Deliver before we end this show and then move on to our next one for WrestleMania Night 1?
I'm fine with the way it looks. I think it's going to be a good show. It's just, I feel like the women didn't get enough promos to build up the hype.
Yeah.
I wish they did a little more hype on that one, but the card looks really good, and it's going to be nice to see how The Rock's daughter, first time a fourth generation superstar from the bloodline, making her ring debut. It's going to be nice to see what moves she learned from her daddy.
Right. Or the other members of the family, for that matter.
Yeah. It's going to be a great night of wrestling, and I'm sorry, great afternoon. I just saw the time. I'm like, man, that's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, it is. 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Isn't Ring of Honor doing their own show tomorrow too?
No, tonight.
Jeez. Well, sorry, Ring of Honor. I'm watching the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, same.
Hall
of Fame.
Yeah, I know. No,
it's
but it's gonna be a good. This weekend is what every wrestling fan is gonna want to be a part of. It's WrestleMania, baby. You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. All right. Well, that said, I'm going to take the outro for this video, and then we're going to move over for WrestleMania.